Как связь? Искренне приветствую, дорогие зрители моего канала. Вот, сегодня мы продолжим прохождение игры Kingdom Come Deliverance II. Вот. Мы остановились на том, что мы освободили птачика. Вот. Наши папки уехали бухать на пир. В честь этого нас отправили работать дальше. Обидно, бля. Ну ладно. Я сам напросился. Как у вас делишки? Здесь у вас все хорошо. Погодка на улице солнечная, но как-то холодновато еще. Ветерок такой какой-то осенний. Вот. Пригрело нас солнышко в начале весны, а потом такое: нет, у вас не было нормальной зимы, вот вам говна. И подкинул еще. Такие вот дела. Так, загружаемся, начинаемся. Немного кваску. Вчера крошку делал. Ну как делал? Жена делала. Вот. Квас остался, решил допить. На-на. Сейчас бы пивка бахнуть. Я вообще люблю окрошку на пиве. Не на квасе, а на пиве. Только вот без колбасы, там вот это все, без редиски, без зелени, без картошки. На пиве. Такс. О, вода починилась. У меня, кстати, есть что толкнуть местным торговцам. С маленькой башни, ключ от товарного зала, ключ сундука с черными книгами. Духи надо бахнуть, во-первых. Блях короля птиц. Это что такое? Бляха истинного короля птиц позволяет бросить еще одну кость, можно использовать дважды за партию. Четко у меня есть свечи и шкуры, значит, толкну их торговцу. Какой, говорит, у тебя барбос классный. Привет. Mein Freund.
Show me your wares.
Show me your wares. Так. Show me your wares. Я тебе продам. Знаешь что? Пара-барабам. Женскую брошку. Кольцо Багут так никто и не забрал, да? Странно. Тара-там. Так, изоповый снадобье забирай. Мне оно больше без надобности. Да оно не нужно было никогда. Если бы оно как-то увеличивало прокачку на лошади, было бы, конечно, найс его попить. А так никогда оно мне и не пригодилось. Немного избавимся от лишнего. Так. Колыбельное снадобье. Не знаю тоже, зачем оно может не пригодиться. Короледворская рукопись. Об домитях и же ногих это я читал, это я продам. А это и надо читануть. Наверное, что-то интересное. Рога у оленя забирай. Так, что у нас еще тут есть по лишнему? Сундука с учеными книгами. Ставлю на память. Так, во-первых, забираю вот это. Свечку и шкурки. Деньги у тебя еще есть? На вот тебе бляху третью. Там весь ремень такой в бляхах. Хожу по городу. Тан-тан-тан-тан-тан-тан. Вот тебе скидочка в 5. Помни мою доброту. Я никому ни слова про то, что я спрашивал про подвал. Так, я, наверное, пойду сначала отдам книжку рыженькой Розе. Рыжая роза цвела на закате. Книжки читала. Рифма терялась. Чуть опять на свалку не укатил. Пара-барабам, парам-парам-парарам. И вроде имение такое, да, и свалка такая под боком. Весь город кто сваливает свои жуткие вещи. Так, я надухарился. Я красивей.
God be with you.
Касаемо той книги, что ты хотел.
Like you were saying about that book,
My favorite book. Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Burgov's chambers, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
Если только мельком. Ну так,
I've read a bit of it.
поверхностно.
What did you think?
Мне этот стиль написания знаком.
While reading it,
У меня
I
шатённость
thought
аж
the writing
31,
style
больше
was
нормы даже. Максимум.
familiar.
Really?
Well, yeah. As if I knew the writer himself. Or herself.
Women writing books. Come now.
Почему бы и нет?
Why not? I bet they would write better than many men.
Such audacity.
More like experience. I once helped with copying. Most of it was boring drivel.
I can imagine. A person does all that work to learn to read and write, but then they sit you down at a table to copy the works of others for the rest of your life.
Waste of time, right?
Not just time, above all, talent.
Hold on. Who wrote this then?
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel, a treatise, or a whole book?
Было бы неплохо.
That's a tempting notion.
Доживу до старости, обязательно пишу книгу.
In
Взад-назад.
another life, I
Индржих.
might have become a writer.
Wouldn't you
Властелин
want to
коней.
at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with this.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me. What do you think?
Отлично придумано.
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
С удовольствием.
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both? Well, fine. What should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
Про женщин.
There are heaps of stories about men. So I propose one about a woman.
All right, a woman then. But I'd need to know more about her.
Such as...
Tell me one trait that is important for you. What would impress you in a girl?
Пусть она будет умная.
I think above all that she should be clever.
And isn't that rather detrimental for a girl?
Так только дураки говорят.
Only fools say that. Jilted half-wits who met girls smarter than themselves.
You'd be surprised. My father is no fool, but at times he wishes I were more of a goose. Or better yet, that I would change overnight into a sun. But if the lady in our story is clever, should she employ her wits for good or evil?
Злые намерения. Добрые, наверное.
I'm for good intentions. If we come up with an interesting woman, it would be a shame to write her as evil.
I agree. Too bad it's only on paper. I'd like to meet our lady in the flesh.
Ты ждешь, когда Роза закончит рассказ. Все? Все выборы?
Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch, especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Imagine a beautiful lady is standing before you and you are courting her. What would you do?
Oh, I'd rather keep what I do to myself. But how about something like this?
Well, now we're done.
Интересно, покажет ты
Finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward.
Так, свадебный тост. К сожалению, невесту я не знаю, потому не могу поздравить жениха. Зато жениха хорошо знаю, так что и невесту поздравить не могу. О невинности. Юноша, нежно обнимая свою возлюбленную, спросил: «Не я ли твой первый любовник?» «Может быть», — ответила женщина, — «я так и знала, что когда-то тебя уже видела». Думать не значит знать. Некий кутногорский вельможа однажды пришел к старой гадалке и пожелал узнать свою судьбу. Гадалка внимательно изучила его ладонь и сказала: «Вижу я, что ты отец двоих детей. Это ты так думаешь?» Покачал головой грандмайстер. «Я отец троих детей. Это ты так думаешь?» Улыбнулась гадалка. Покойся род Адама, Эфон Валенштейн и Раймунд Эрхард. О мужчинах и женщинах. Как многие, особенно мужчины, рады будут свидетельствовать из двух родов людских, именно женский является несовершенным и склонным к всевозможным грехам и недостаткам. Издревле известно, что свидетельство многих есть свидетельство надежное, в достоверности которого сомневаться не следует. Но кто назначил женщине ее жребий? Бог или мужчина? Кто поставил, что женщина ни думать не способна, ни действовать, ни решать сама без мужского указания? Кто решил, что женщина слишком глупа и порочна, чтобы участвовать в мужских делах, политике ли, науке или искусствах? Подкреплено ли решение сие опытом или доказательствами? Ведь никто и никогда не давал женщине даже возможности необходимую мудрость и ясность ума показать. Мы сами женский пол неразумным назвали, и сами сие суждения неприлежной истиной сделали, в которой сомневаться никто не смеет. Своими глазами увидев множество обид, нанесенных дочерям Евы, мы можем, а точнее должны свидетельствовать, что мир в этом отношении несправедливо устроен. Мужчины любят возвышать себя над женщинами и приписывать им всевозможные прегрешения. Но то лишь для того делается, чтобы свои собственные недостатки прикрыть. Мужчины, обвиняющие женщин в порочности, сами тратят молодые годы, погрязнув в пучинах разврата, а в старости о своих былых грехах вспоминают с сожалением, но покаяться в них отнюдь не желают. Озлобившись на весь мир, они принимаются женщин обличать, чтобы женский род унизить и очернить в умах всех, кто готов их выслушать. Поистине подобны эти старые развратники проказе неизлечимой. Но еще более чем над женщинами, мужчины над другими мужчинами себя возвышать любят. Например, они говорят, будто мужья, которые прислушиваются к советам своих жен, глупцы и заслуживают насмешек. Мы говорим, что мужчина, у которого есть разумная и мудрая жена, но он ее не слушает, вдвойне глупее. Шутка гробовщика. Как назвать женщину, которая точно знает, где ее муж по ночам бывает дома? О мудрости предков. В день свадьбы сказал отец своему сыну: «Запомни, сын, новобрачная любит хорошо, а готовит плохо. Но подожди несколько лет, и все будет наоборот». О красноречивой даме и плохом танцоре. Известно, что тыкнуть другому на его недостатки и тем позор навлечь, дело нехитрое. Но мало кто умеет так на совершенство указать, чтобы несчастный заметил, но не пал жертвой публичного стияния. Я поведаю вам об одной даме, овладевшей этим искусством. Она была умна и красноречива, да притом еще молода и хороша собой. Стоило ей в обществе появиться, как мужчины к ней стайками слетались, юноши ее танцевать приглашали и объятия ей раскрывали. Мужи постарше ее руки просили и предлагали ей то немногое, чем старики еще могут юную даму порадовать. Вот как-то раз один юноша ее на танец пригласил. Лицом он был приятен, манерами еще того более, и она согласилась, но вскоре поняла свою ошибку. У танцора обе ноги оказались левые. Он спотыкался, едва ли не падал. Сбивчиво извинялся. Для дам это бы... Для дам это бы не танец, а пытка. Другие танцоры заметили и давай на них коситься, до колкости отпускать. Любая другая на ее месте его бы опозорила резким словом, и иным дамам велела бы остерегаться такого растяп. Но не дамы из моего рассказа. И что с того, что в танцах он не силен, сказала себе. Иной может и танцевать натаскан, да горький пропойца, пропавший игрок в кости и по бесстыжим девкам ходок. Лучше уж плохой танцор, чем хороший пьяница. Она улыбнулась, примила. Блять, тут Т и М, она, я путаю их. Она примило улыбнулась и громко сказала: «Милый юноша, танцевать с вами истинное наслаждение, но я сегодня туфлями ошиблась. Уж так жмут, что ни шагу более ступить не в силах. Сделайте милость, сопроводите меня на воздух». Ее партнер сразу понял, что она хотела сказать сим тонким замечанием, и поспешил ее к двери отвести. Все присутствующие решили, что там она ему знатный скандал закатит, а то и заслуженную пощечину отвесит. Однако ни дама, ни танцор уж больше на это увеселение не воротились. Помочь пане Розе закончить книгу. А похож. А чё я без портков? Ну, дружик, в смысле. Ну, неплохо.
So what about that story of ours? Tell me your impressions.
Сразу видно, ты ее писал. Звучит как-то. Побольше бы таких книжек.
Too bad there aren't more books like this. If there were, I might end up turning into a scholar.
Really? I'll take that as the highest possible compliment. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Недурно вышел. Пишешь ты куда лучше, чем рисуешь. Красиво вышло. Но почему я без штанов?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I.
Может, когда еще загляну? Я бы хотел получше тебя узнать.
And for that matter, you're an interesting girl, and I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. How about that? Please do stop by sometime. I wager it will be enlightening for both of us. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
Ну ничего себе. Ученость. Немного промазал. Так, я опять забыл, где здесь выход. Так, куда нам теперь? Я застрял. Кто это? Барбос. На полуси. Ты охуел? Разлегся посреди дороги. Типа хороший, иди ко мне.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
Так, это не от меня. А, он сказал nice smell. А, тогда от меня.
Easy, good horse.
Там-дара-дара-дара-дам. Верховая езда 28, ебой. Так, и еще можно что-то прокачать. Ну, там осталась какая-то хрень, по-моему, да? Вот это уже нельзя, кстати, качнуть. Гроза свыше. Подними лошадь на дыбы и напугай врагов еще пуще. А то папа летит. Если нападешь на кого-то сидя в седле, то боевой дух противника значительно упадет, и он станет более податливым, если, конечно, сразу ноги не сделать. Блин, это страшная тема, на самом деле. Вот эти конные бои. Лошадь на удар убивают. И я вот не знаю, какая нужна броня, чтобы хотя бы не умереть из 3 ударов. Я метку-то хоть туда ткнул. Я вообще не тыкал метку. Да. А я по метке еду.
Easy, easy.
Good
Nice and
horse.
slow.
A jug of wine, thanks.
Сама виновата. Надо было прижаться вправо. Или не влево, конечно. Вот шлендрует тут ходит. Так, мне в этот дом, да, посередине который?
I'm going to see the mint master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
Я что, достаточно презентабельно выгляжу для дел с митцмайстером? У меня встреча назначена.
I have an appointment with him.
All right, go ahead then, but don't waste too much of his time.
Поэтому ты пускаешь любого, кто скажет, что у него назначено, да? Интересно, это человек. А, это ты митцмайстер. Ну, здорово.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Так я их перебил.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the city council assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Сигизмунд не мой король.
Sigismund's just a usurper. Wenceslas is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song,
Поэтому
eh?
все выпиваем по 3
I
бутылки
don't
вина
know.
в день.
Speak then. What do you want? And tell the truth.
Я хочу вызнать, что Сигизмунд от того совет хочет. Я желаю зазнакомиться с высшим обществом. Да, почему бы нет?
I just want to
Хорошая
climb the
лапша на
social
уши.
ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
Типа подкинешь пару грошей?
How about a few groschen to seal our fruitful relationship?
You're worse than a horse dealer. Have it your way, then. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Как его зовут?
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
Что мне для работы понадобится?
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Где мне этого парня сыскать?
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is zum Eisernen Adler.
Как мне заставить его сотрудничать?
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Будьте здоровы. Тут. Шляхтинка. Звучит почти как оскорбление. Такс. Тура-там, тумба-пау, тумба-та-ла-ла-ла-ла-ла-ла, тумба-пау, бумба-пау. Так, у меня есть на лошади что-нибудь, что продать надо? Тут-та-тау, тут-та-тау, да нет. Тумба-ка-ра-ва-ра-ка-ва-ра-ва. Так, ну, по всей видимости, мне нужен портной. Тут пинчуг не заходил. А, ты не портной. Портной с другой стороны. Всем нравится, как я пахну. Портного след простыл. Добыть грамоту королевского подавальщика. Сам-то он тут где-то, да?
I nearly left my fingers on them for buttons. I'll tell you, you won't get work like that just anywhere.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost, but they're first class, I have to admit. Thanks, Schneider. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks.
Кулдаун. Ты королевский подавальщик?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Я всю работу сделаю за тебя.
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pictures so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
Хочу своими глазами короля увидать.
I want to see the king in the flesh.
Why is that?
I heard a lot about him. How he won lots of battles, how he's courageous, just...
And as bad-tempered as the devil. He's got the councillors shitting themselves, fearing what's coming at this assembly. The more I think about it, the happier I am about not having to be there. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Нет.
Well, to tell the truth, I'm not
Расскажи.
exactly an expert.
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make a mess of it and the king has you whipped, you've no one to blame but yourself. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. See you soon, my friend.
Canvas.
Так, с этим я разобрался.
Excuse me.
Whistle here. Nobody wants to hear it.
Так, и где будет заседать этот совет? Явиться на службу. О, прям тут, ничего себе. Рап-там-там-тарам. Ра-та-там-та-дам. Так, переодеться в подавальщика. Штанишки, значит, сам. Кафтанчик. Шляпка. Шляпка обязательно? Оружие, наверное, надо снять, да? Ра-па-па-ра-бам. Так, ну и все, наверное. Так, финальный сейф. Куия омния сант фейта мисси Коая джур инвениум тур прахи прах. Непонятно, что написано. Я на службу. Я новый королевский подавальщик.
I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Tranter's not coming? What's wrong with him?
Он пьян.
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, he threw up all over the chapel door. I told him if that ever happened again, he was for the boot. Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. I've no time to find someone else. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap. A tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
С радостью поучусь.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokai or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Не перепутай напитки.
Remember who wants what?
That too, but more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work. They have a lot to discuss. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind and deaf.
Huh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
А если я напортачу?
What if I make a
Меня
mess of
висекут?
something, though?
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job even mopping the floor in the hole in the wall. But I'm sure that's not going to happen. So, are you prepared?
Я знаю все, что мне надо.
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Кутногорский городской совет. Утро. Заказ. Гости заказывают вино, обращаясь к вам и поднимая руку. Гость может попросить такайское белое или монастырское красное. Если вы не уверены, можете попросить повторить заказ. На столе в углу комнаты стоят 2 кувшина с вином. Возьмите то вино, что попросил гость, и подойдите с кувшином к его столу. В диалоге появится вариант налить ему вина. Обслужив гостя, вы можете вернуть кувшин на стол или подождать и посмотреть, не захочет ли следующий гость того же вина. Будьте внимательны, не заставляйте гостей ждать слишком долго и не наливайте им вино, которое они не просили. Если вы все время будете медлить или ошибаться, вам это с рук не сойдет. Где вино?
Unversüchlich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve
I'm
have
sorry,
worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
Red. And don't you sing on me.
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinne
А какого вина?
Dry Devil used that thing.
Monastery
That
Red.
Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it?
Так,
Where did they get them?
а где оно?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
А, вот оно.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that
Нет?
they had them.
Где-то красное.
It is eine Schande
А, белое.
when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris?
А кому там налить-то? А кто просил-то?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize
Come
what
now,
a
waiter. I wanted
Schwierigkeiten
red.
this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region.
С какой стороны подать, чтобы налить?
Bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
А, во-во-во.
Exactly. The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Уже не нужно.
König and his
Я не
army
успел.
will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
I fancy some
What then?
Tokai.
We're sitting
Refill,
atop
boy.
the biggest silver heap in
I
the
apologize,
kingdom,
sir.
and we're supposed to defend it with brooms.
That's the
Right,
white.
Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht
Так, надо
wahr?
спереди вставать, да? А, говорит, сзади держаться.
Well, thank the Lord.
Так, ладно, с первым справился.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
And but then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see
Так, бегать
what
я
His
с вином не могу.
Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind.
Sir?
Vielleicht.
Well, thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean bath?
Белое, красное. Ты там все подряд, что ли, будешь дегустировать?
So the cleanliness of the city
Какого еще раз?
is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short
Я
of
уточнить.
covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right. We do have the new baths in Hopring, and Adam's old ones. But I hear the Hopring baths are more of a pigsty.
They still are a bit, but the quality went downhill at Adams too.
What?
Перчатки из овечьей кожи.
I thought you were a frequent customer there. Or has he grown tired of pampering you for free?
It's not about me
everything all
at
right?
all. Our town's best interests are on my mind. Betty's baths are considered the town baths. But let's not be fooled.
What do you mean?
The tax brings in
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Демонтий кубок.
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to
А никто не будет просить вина, пока я тут кубок ищу. Нагородские присяжная книга. О, интересно. Серебряный кубок. Он? Украденный кубок. А, о, не тот взял.
Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop and rubbish. The least we can do
Еще что-то есть.
to provide them with a place to wash up.
Курятина.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my
Ну, вроде он.
Did you find it?
Нашел, вот он.
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. Careful. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Kunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage.
Pour me red wine.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody knows. He wiped the floor.
Кувшины даже по цвету красные делают. Не перепутал.
The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself. Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding.
Thank you,
sorted it out.
Вроде справляюсь.
Settled. My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
Может, рукой бы хоть махнул.
Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard.
Вас тут говорит по 5 человек сразу.
Really was nothing.
Кому-то тут.
Monastery wine. Here.
I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
А кому там не наливать?
Think Rutard will cause
Адам.
any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself.
Я забыл.
The king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put
У меня вообще из головы вылетело, кому-то наливать там.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows.
Это ж куб, я не помню кому.
Nothing happened. There's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Так, погоди, что там написано кому? Дальше мне закуп... Так, мажор, это что, я принял корейским подавальщиком. Так. Красная монастырская белая. Надо было, чтобы... Нароком не того. Так.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries.
I'd like some monastery wine. Refill my cup, boy.
But city councillors?
Be specific, Forsooker. Are you blaming one of us?
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all, it wasn't a duel.
Hang around me.
It was
Vanish,
supposed to
you
be
hear
an
me?
honorable combat. And I didn't even take part in it.
And that's the only
Вообще-то я тут
reason
стою
you're
все
still
время.
here on the council
У
and
стола.
not in the pillory.
If you want to blame somebody, you should point the finger at the youngster here who's...
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Все в порядке?
Everything in order?
Not quite,
The gentleman
but I
from
think
the
you might
city
be able to
sword
help
fighting
me.
school.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
Я их принесу.
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored. And because I told you. Get on with it.
Вот хлыщ.
Open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing.
Давай с этой начнем. Раз, два, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 19, 20, да?
And you, a counselor, let people throw dirt.
7, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34. Ну, вроде бы.
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the wings.
35, 36.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
Вот перчатки.
Found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
А, фигуры или крыльев?
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of
Я крылья считал, а не фигуры.
And in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery.
Hey, waiter.
And they are going to mock our oil
Always some
mining city.
monastery wine.
Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of
Корчмарь.
parasites.
О, я тебя помню. Мы с тобой вино пили.
Come late
Here.
or report
Ты
sick.
знает
And
меня?
if they do come, their work
You,
is shit,
lad.
and you have to pay
You look
someone else
familiar
to
to me.
put it right.
Have we met?
It's a waste
Well, naturally.
of time. I
go to
I
your
tell
tavern
you,
almost every
a
day.
waste of
Really?
time.
Adam,
Then you must have decent wages to be able to visit the best tavern in town regularly.
even if you are in the right. And as for you, Enderlin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Может поить всех без остановки, даже того, кому запретили наливать? Может из этого что-то интересное выйдет?
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Boy, I'd like some
for
white.
instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
Что ж ты мимо льешь-то?
Dares to
I
insult
see.
me?
Come up in the world. From a bathhouse boy to a waiter.
Excuse me.
You'll go a long
You
way.
wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in
Не
this
успел
council.
ответить.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have,
Boy,
they would
I'd
be
like some
defeated
white.
by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has
Thank you,
all
waiter.
been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Настал долено.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Root hard.
Говорит по-венгерски. А этот вполне может узнать. Благая бороду отрастил. С последней встречи. Ты тормозишь, вина налей.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of fights!
В то время в крепости Радборш. Это все байки травит.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject.
Знаешь кого-нибудь из гостей?
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Gutenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try.
Что это за француз?
Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great
Вдруг он шпион?
Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Gutenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
И как оно на свободе?
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
Что дальше думаешь делать?
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk,
woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Так это его родной дом, лол. Лихтенштайн. Зичка. Равин, Яхуда и Шмуэль. Ну что, распяли креста, да?
One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Здесь по делу.
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone.
A
blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world.
А они братаны сводные, прикинь? Ну почти, ну это... Ну можно так сказать. Мартин просто приемный отец был. А это его отец, получается, Мартин. Шмуэля.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzig Kobyla, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's bloodfather denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Так, губы такие... За здоровье, ладно.
L'chaim.
Что ты мне машешь? Марграф Йобс. Рутхард. Ваклен Брабант. Ваклен Брабант.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
Знакомству.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off.
Как ты оказался в Малишове?
How did you end up in prison?
Доверяй, но проверяй.
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Просвети меня.
So, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh. I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Maleshov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
Ты сказал, ты поэт?
You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Где ты бывал?
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
Почему у нас о тебе не слышали?
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Точно шпион. Даже черта привели.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Yobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Надо уничтожить кольцо. Этот бабка спорит.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Наверное, о том, что курицу надо было жарить, а не варить. Только эти двое не вмешиваются.
That went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
Мне все равно больше нечем заняться. О чем речь вообще?
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
А если мы спровоцируем Сигизмунда?
Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp. It'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Интересно, у тебя взгляд на вещи. Почему ты это делаешь?
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
Ты тоже выпиваешь по 3 бутылки вина в день? Интересно, у тебя... Что... Интересно, у тебя взгляд на вещи.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
А если не получится?
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but certain defeat for all of us.
Почему я?
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Расскажи подробнее об этих панах.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Бочек из Кунштадта.
Bocek of Kunstad. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Гаман Алдер.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Анна Вальдштейнская.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a
male affair? So far, Godwins, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her, and that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Success to our plans.
Такой прям расчетливый политик, стратег. Как бы сбит только один единственный план. Я бы сказал, решение проблемы. Расчетливый, хладнокровный, умный. Пока все спорили, он вместе с Багутой просто стоял и уже знал решение, все. Извиняюсь, а я как раз вас ищу.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Ой, тебе много ведомо.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Кто тебя этому научил?
Who did you learn from? In my experience, women usually learn other skills.
I acquired the basics from my husband. God rest his soul. And the rest I learnt quickly, as soon as others started sniffing around his estate. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
У тебя есть деньги и мудрость.
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Have you fallen out with the town councillor?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bartosz are behind it all. They're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their hair stand on end.
Что в этих бумагах?
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
Хочешь, чтобы я союзника воровал?
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Harmon Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
Насчет подложных бумаг.
Papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Они даже нечитаемые. Поддельные бумаги, скрывающие сомнительные деловые махинации пани Анны Вельштейнской. Да тут все на виду. У Багут хорошо прокачано это все. Заметность 13. Не очень. Зато пьянство на фул почти. Кто это говорит? Ты? Главный конюх. Я тоже люблю стоять, обогатившись на стену. Пан, можно тебя отвлечь?
May I have a word with you, sir?
You? Anytime. With you, at least, there's some sensible conversation. Unlike this pack of conceited upstarts.
Чем тебе не угодили здешние бюргеры?
Have you got something against the Kuttenberg nobles?
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. But thanks to the royal mines, they were born with silver spoons up their asses. And they think that can turn their blood blue.
But surely they're not all like that. And they are our allies.
Allies or not, someone ought to show them their place.
Юный понтачик на свободе.
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a harsh lesson. But at least he might remember to lay off that tomfoolery of his for a while. But if not, war will make a man of him soon enough.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean a proper one, not just sitting around and talking about it.
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks nothing. It's time to get off our asses and take action.
Что ты думаешь о Йобсте?
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he wants things to turn out well. We have to trust him.
To turn out well for whose benefit, though? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in freedom.
Better make sure you're among the latter, then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their losses to a minimum.
Huh? Did I imagine it? I heard something. Huh. Strange. Nothing, I suppose.
Ладно, с этим разобрался.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
My lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
То здоровье.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Так, кто у нас следующий? Ага, Мартин Адерин.
I'd like to check your horses out, to see if they're as good as you say.
Ha, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest. I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Alder.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
We'll talk later and in private. Right now we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
Так видишь, что это его брат.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Oberyn, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a lesson, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one son I can be proud of.
You want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but shame. As always. Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. We don't have to put on a show for the crowd.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, where were we?
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher will sort it out, you'll see?
Не убить бы его.
For us. We'll just settle...
А Багута умеет делать эти? Как она хоть называется? А, искусственный уловка, нет? Могут, по-моему, не уметь так делать, да? Как она хоть называлась-то? Ладно, не важно.
Very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Fucking hell!
What's wrong with your legs?
No chance. You're fast. Did they teach you that in the seminary? Mercy! Leave me be!
Теперь можно и с Криштофом поговорить. А, это ты, Криштоф Лол.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. You could teach sword fighting in a school.
Местность тут суровая. Я был на войне.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
Do I have any choice?
If it's really that important, you don't.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Спасибо, братишка. Так, надеюсь, он не побежит к папке рассказывать. Так, погоди, он внизу, оказывается, да? Давай, братка, не подведи. Ага, Бочек из Кунштата.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms has a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
Как мне тебя убедить?
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Ruta.
Понимаю.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
Насчет меня. Что насчет молодого пана Птачка?
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
Он молод, но опыта ему не занимать.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
Так ты поддержишь наш план? Я передам твое предложение по Птачку, не стоит.
Will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Где хоть жишка твоя? смотреть хоть на нее. А тут вдруг кривая какая. Я твоего племеша оженил.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
Я заручил с помощью союзника. Пантачик женится.
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some bastard.
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the one who arranged the betrothal. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Bochek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yitka.
Bochek of Kunstadt? The Bochek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe
Он еще и рад.
So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Будем. Не повезло Яну. А может и повезло, кто знает. Но, по всей видимости, это выгодная свадьба для обоих. Может, еще с невестой я угадал. Я все устроил.
Sir Bochek, your niece Yitka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
Выпьем за молодых.
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good bargain.
Честно, пан Ян. Марграф.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bochek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
Деньги такие есть.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the barbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours. They'll give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka
Lord Capon as her husband.
Упс. Ему, походу, нехорошо.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Что ты так расстроился? Нормально все будет. Тем временем в Кутногорской ратуше. О, Индер там все вино пробует.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth.
А я наливал его. Это ему, походу, не надо было наливать.
A farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Zarzhets, your insolence just cost you your place on the council and a month in the dungeon. But hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating.
Индерси, походу, переметнется. За другого короля голосовать
I do not
будет.
distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that...
Я, кстати, слышал, что тут, короче, можно закончить игру. Но это надо было, видимо, делать еще в тот раз, да? Тут где-то есть кинжал, но я его там не нашел, если что.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
А какой он пьет-то?
Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend.
Я угадал.
The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret.
А Магвард не пьет.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
Может, мне все-таки где-то есть стакан?
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise...
Смиренно послушаемся. Вот вам белого.
Some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
За победу.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Позже тем же вечером в крепости Радборш. Там где-то в кабинете, насколько я видел, в шортах есть кинжал. Этим кинжалом, короче, можно убить Сигизмунда. И игра на этом заканчивается. Типа такая альтернативная концовка. Но что-то я потыкался, там я не нашел кинжала. Может, где-то там скрыт был? Я не заметил. Праздник с гостями. Поговорить с Лихтенштейном. А что я так нажрался-то? Проповедовать, спеть. Бюргер, пастор, шляхтич. Голод, бедность, чума. Грудастая дева. Француз.
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in La Belle France. Recipes are passed on from father to son, and each generation brings them to perfection. I myself was practically raised on wine. How many I have tasted. Even the French royal court took note of my refined taste. The king himself had wine delivered for his table according to my advice.
So you're not too keen on our stuff?
Comment dire? Let us say you still have much work ahead. If you try hard, you may have some decent wine to celebrate the second coming of Christ. Give me 100 nights in full armor.
I'd rather we didn't end up like that poor son over there.
Лихтенштайн, Лихтенштайн. Что тебе нужно?
You in need of something, my well-oiled friend?
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they say, all's well that ends well. So, to brighter tomorrows.
Touching.
Come now. What's become of your poetic soul?
I never had one.
Truly? Not even a little?
Может быть.
Maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll gladly drink to that with you. Only there's nothing to drink. We've run dry.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something better stored away. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friends, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pictures for us, eh? I'm sure you can manage that.
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt it. Get sniffing quick.
The roast is calling out, begging to be eaten.
I can't resist either. The sausages were also delicious. And when those two
О, кувшин. Наверное, зря я столько много днем пил.
Do you get it, Father?
Please, call me Rabbi. Okay.
Oh, whatever. Fuck it.
And you should not curse either.
See? You talk exactly the same as our holier than thous.
What is bothering you, young man? You should rejoice that you are to be married.
But I didn't ask for a wife. I wanted to prove that I was worthy of the name of my house. Earn a reputation. Travel the world. And maybe later, one day...
Then you might be dead, sir. Think about the future. You need an heir.
But they could have at least asked me.
Где у вас тут вино? Можете ненадолго?
Have you got some time to spare?
From cleaning up this pigsty? Any time?
Я пришел тебя спасти.
I've come to rescue you from work and responsibilities.
Really? Why don't you save that sweet talk and tell me what you want?
Well, it occurred to me we could maybe...
Я вообще про вино хотел спросить. Ну ладно.
Of course. What else? Do you play dice?
You mean strip dice?
You strip if you like. Either way, you'll end up bare-assed and with an empty purse.
Ладно.
All right. Let's have a game.
I'm curious to see you play.
Я вообще думал спросить про вино, ну ладно. Плывет.
There, that turned out all right. That's enough for me.
Так. Шестерочки. Переброс.
Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything.
Черт. А, пятерка. Ладно, не хватит пока. Ну, четверка. И шестерки выпал.
Just like that.
Why would he do that? If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path.
Две сотенки. Сотенка. Я бы мог рискнуть, но не стану.
Here's hoping. And now I'll fuck it all up.
Кто там шмелей пускает?
Your turn.
Ну, сотню я, наверное, могу себе позволить. Даже две.
Mother of God! What are you punishing me?
Спросить, где мне найти кувшин с добрым вином?
Do you know where I might be able to find the wine pitchers? I mean the ones with the really good wine that the Lord saves for his nearest and dearest.
And you're one of those?
Я его сын.
I should say so. I'm his son.
And I'm the king's daughter. Anyway, I don't know nothing about no wine. In case you haven't noticed, I'm sweeping the floor, and I'm about to mop up vomit. Try asking my mom. She's the cook here.
Надо было сразу к старой идти. Мамка, мамка, да мамка. Сядь красная. Белый не берется. Выпить вина, налить снадобье. А где кухня? А, вот она. Вина. Хочу.
Can't it wait till morning?
Ты занята?
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. But are you busy?
What do you think? A fortress full of hungry mouths and half of them noble lords accustomed to all kinds of debauchery.
Еда была отменная.
I haven't eaten so well in a long time. Lord Alderon was fortunate in his choice of cook.
He didn't have to choose me. My old ma spent her whole life in this kitchen, and my grandmother before her. God rest them both.
Теперь и дочку готовишь, да?
You're Kvieta's daughter, Madlenka.
It's been a long time since anyone has called me by that name.
Это же
I
я,
was afraid
Багута.
you've forgotten me.
Я никогда тебя не забуду.
Do you think I could ever forget you? Come on.
Ah, stop it. Even as a young lordling, you were bringing girls here from all over the county. I was just convenient for you, because the kitchen was just a few steps away.
Oh, come on. I also chased that dolt from the stables away from you. Or have you forgotten?
Kuba? How could I? When your father sent you away, I found out that dolt wasn't so bad. I ended up marrying him.
Ты совсем не
You haven't
изменилась.
changed at all.
But I have. And you've changed too. You left a haughty young pup, and now you return...
An old dog.
Not at all. The years have been kind to you.
Может, вспомним старые времена?
Why don't we go somewhere together? Somewhere private. And reminisce about the old days.
You really haven't changed at all. You ought go and have a drink and stop chasing girls. I mean, it's embarrassing at your age.
Где найти самое лучшее вино?
Where might I find the really good wine here?
Why? You don't like the stuff from the kegs?
It's not for me. One of the distinguished guests asked for it.
Aha. If you go down the cellar stairs, you'll see the pictures lined up on the table. It's Lord Odorin's best. He's drunk plenty of it himself today.
Ага.
That's not bad at all.
Сейчас я сначала с панами переговорю. Ты кто такой? Черт!
Having a good time? It's a fucking bore. These old farts here have no idea what fun is.
Well, what are you missing? There's wine, food, even a few females worth the sin.
Nah, I'd rather have a game of dice. Or a good punch-up.
Смотри, дурак, не учиняй. Тогда давай сыграем. Я думал, можно подраться. Он говорит, не учиняй. А у меня есть 50.
Let's make it 50 groschen to spice things up.
Nice. If I'd known you had that kind of coin on you, I'd have pinched it long ago.
И шлеп. Что там у меня? Я все хуже и хуже вижу. Жалко, четверка не выпала. Был бы сет. Блять, и тайминг, я в ахуе. Ой, фига он там нашлепал. Да ты жулик. А у меня неудача. Ну, нельзя выигрывать всегда. Даже отыгрываться не буду.
A little gossip. You act like you don't know the world of the lords.
Lords and ladies. You either ignore us or slander us.
We do? Who do you mean?
Not you.
Have you...
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to travel with Sir Hanush? Raise an army, prepare a wedding feast and all that?
All hail Yobst. He sorted things out here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. Give them a finger. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. He's still young and full of piss and vinegar. I'm too old and fond of my comfort.
Did you at least discuss with Hanush where the wedding will take place?
Nothing to discuss. The wedding will take place at our castle Littitz, of course. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here, and that still wouldn't be much.
Ah, but there are 2 castles in Rattay. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Rattay? Well, I ought to look into that then.
Deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
Ну, пойдем за кувшином и упьемся в усмерть. Надо красное брать.
The red'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rudhart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Я не успел по времени, что ли?
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Это Бергов? И Багут такой с кувшином вина выходит. Ой. Ну и как это произошло? А, и выносливости не хватает у Багута совсем. Из-за вина в животе, видимо. Скачи, Индра, скачи быстрее ветра. Я вещи свои забрал. Ух ты, блядь. Неожиданно. Да ты дед. Да тебя уткну. Сильнее бедолагу. Узнать, что случилось. Пиздец полный случился. Все подряд ворота открывают.
Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Yobs
Может, пожар начнем тушить?
I'll gladly play dead for a while. Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother.
But only almost. Good work.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. For nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Well, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either.
We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghout took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch. It was a horrible feeling, not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too. Was there any knife?
Вот отсылка к этому месту с ножом.
Do you know what that would cause?
Война бы кончилась.
The war would end.
But at what cost? After Sigismund's death, his army would be cut loose. They'd ransack the city and kill anyone in their way.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat. Trust me.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know.
Что, женишься?
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing. They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berghoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived. Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Waldstein and many other nobles. It was slaughter. And they captured
our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. Very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Какой вкусный поросяш там на верте.
You did. But I still insist that it was necessary.
What have we gained? We could easily have ended up lying dead outside.
But we did not. And we owe our gratitude to those who helped us survive.
Not mine. It is enough that you gave them our money.
And what would you do with it? Open another tavern?
No. But what would happen to Mommy if neither of us returned?
The community would take care of her.
Just like it took care of me?
Do not start with that.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Ты уверен?
Are you sure? We look the same age. Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
What does that make us then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out, quick, before it begins. Will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
I'll come. And Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
Very well. We should get going right away.
Не будем терять время.
Let's not waste time.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka, what brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too.
Если
If you
продолжим.
know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but you're no great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait, either.
All right, then. Let's go.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful hand.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? Well, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Damn it, shut the hell up. Seriously.
I didn't say all that much. Anyway. Can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
Samuel, what was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
Maybe the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mame will surely tell you more. If we can get there in time.
Then we better hurry up.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
Немецкие лошадки, наверное. Тык-тык-тык-тык-тык-тык-тык. Блин, наверное, зря нажал поторопиться, там, может, еще диалоги были какие. А мне могли ближе к еврейскому кварталу подъехать?
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
Я там был,
Find
все
out
нормально.
soon enough. Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
Лихтенштайн, не ломайся. Вперед убежать.
Halt!
Это не я. Может, ему петушка дать? Бенк, ну ё-моё. Шевели своими ножками, пожалуйста. Ты сейчас шахту подожгешь. И я тоже. Как не продумано все. Они бегут, этот пьянь еле плетется за ним.
Not now. I have to go and see Liechtenstein.
Follow me.
Это вы следуйте за мной.
Not this way. Liechtenstein went another way.
Так они туда пошли. Что за дело?
Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're going to make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now.
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Моисей, нет. Блин, я хотел, конечно, ну ладно.
I saw him go to Eric's tent to give him a piece of his mind, but never saw him come out.
Bugger this, not a damn thing here. If we go back empty-handed, Eric will give us a bollocking again. Damn it.
This don't look like no spy's lair.
Ах, не успел прожать. Яков, нет! Какая, блин, запутанная корчма. Дверь вообще никуда не ведет. Сойхер, нет! Шенкерке! Мы опоздали, уже всех поубивали. Мистические исследования 2, я не помню, читал такое. Подожди, где тут? Оно лучше вот тут, наверное. Фига тут еды. Кость математика. Удачливая игральная кость. Таких я еще не находил. А что мне надо сделать? Обыскать корчму. В корчме нас весьма неприятный сюрприз поджидал. Кто-то успел туда пробраться. Надо тут все обыскать и охрану выставить. Все, в смысле сундуки? Добить. Надо было хладнокровно всех убить. Ну, убить надо убивать. Тебе эти гроши все равно уже ни к чему.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right. Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside? A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she alright?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamardes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
Well, there'll be plenty of time for that later. We have to go now.
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here,
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
Ну мы таки пойдем.
Adam, is that you?
They climbed over the wall. One of them must have hit me.
Get up. We have to get to the shul fast. Can you walk?
I can't.
Don't worry. I'll help you. Henry, go and get Mummy. She will be in that house on the left. Bring her here.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, Mom. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott, what happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping
назвал.
the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
Я Мартинов сын.
My name is Henry. I'm, Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his... son.
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there!
What's going on?
Sam, are you alright?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyard. Follow me.
Ты так подмигнула.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going.
Ты где?
That is Judith and Lev. Can you help them?
Блять, что сказать? Как я должен был помочь? В итоге, блять, по нему не попал и попал по ней. Нельзя ткнуть просто. Только наотмашь. Надеюсь, не с самого начала корчмы. Он отошел. В сторону. Тихо.
Mommy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later.
Mein Kind.
We have to go.
Это мой хороший. Почему вы это не перевели? Или мой добрый, ну как-то так. Ну мой хороший, может так перевести.
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. It's a fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
Вот он.
There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Хуя их там. Давай. Ты голову, блин. Давай. Я же ударил, удар. Что за фигня? А, это парирование было, не успел просто. Не люблю оставлять неприкрытых тылов. Ух, не дали всю сотню зарезать. Нет! Не попал. Лох! Пидор!
God mogen mir. Let's go. It's this way.
Там есть подземный ход, видимо. Под город же идут ходы.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
О, ты молодец.
So, are you sober yet?
More than I would like. You know, Henry, I've been through a lot of battles, but this one was real shitty. Like defending a village that's under attack by other villages.
Well, I'd say one side was a bit more innocent than the other.
I suppose so, but still. Yesterday, this bunch of idiots would never dream of attacking anyone. And today, putting such bloody-mindedness into people's heads. Oh, it is all too easy.
I don't think so. You heard what that scum was yelling, didn't you? You can't make anyone that hateful in a single day.
Perhaps not. But it's a long way to go from hating to killing. And they got there terribly quickly.
What now? Are you going back to the Devil's Den?
Why do you ask? Do you want to come with me?
Not yet. I've still got work to do here.
Go on. I will wait here.
Заметано.
Don't worry. Even if that happens, it will be able to pull the wagon. Look at him. Yes.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, oi. Have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well, all right then. How is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh,
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... well, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlag auf schlag.
Почему же он тебя бросил?
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
И Мартин тебя не искал?
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin. But he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No. My father called me a widow, so I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
Ты когда-нибудь пробовал найти Мартина?
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of someone. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Sei gesund. С ним о чем-то еще можно поговорить. Кто в Хоир? Лихтенштайн. Я про тебя и забыл. Чем дальше займешься?
What's next for you? Will you go to Jobst or come with us to the Devil's Den?
I've been thinking about it, and the time for spying is over. There's no one to convince, no one to break, no one to blackmail.
So what then? You going home?
Not yet. Actually, I'll escort these people first. I feel responsible for what happened, and maybe I can at least make up for it a little bit.
But we still have a lot of work to do. We could surely use a spy master.
A spy master is of no use without his network. Only a few of my people are still here, and I wouldn't bet my life on any of them.
Well, that doesn't matter. Maybe you could be useful in other ways.
No, Henry, I played and I lost. Now it's up to the rest of you.
Вот уж не думал, что у шпионов совесть имеется.
So the court spy and master schemer would rather be an armed escort to these poor souls now? I didn't expect you to be so bothered by conscience.
I may not have been in this world all that long, but I've done a lot of things already. Some good, some bad. But unfortunately, even the good ones can have bad consequences. So many people dead. Driven out of their homes and into poverty. All that, just because they helped me.
There's a war going on. People are dying.
But that doesn't mean we can't feel sorry for them.
All right. Have it your way. Have a safe journey, Sir John of Liechtenstein. God be with you.
And with you, Henry of Skalitz.
Take care.
Мы смогли выбраться.
We survived. For a while there, I thought we were gonna die.
Many have died, indeed. It is a hard trial to go through. So many lives lost, the shul in flames.
I'm so sorry. There was nothing more we could do.
You are right. It was too late. How happy I would be if we could get everyone out. But what is done is done.
Весь полясь. Ты чего на место клади? На место клади. Гляди на месте. Давай на место клади. По щёке получишь. Сейчас только закончу. Что теперь вы будете делать?
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of believers. We will try our luck in Colin. Many of us have relatives there.
Do you think you'll be pursued?
Well, the mercenaries might follow us, but hopefully it will not come to that. Chas v'sholem. We will split up into smaller groups, so we don't attract much attention until we get farther away from the town. Besides, who would chase us when we have nothing? We left everything behind in the town.
Значит, Разборскому соглашению конец.
So the agreement with the lords in Rabors no longer stands, eh?
What makes you think that? Do you not trust us?
No, I do. But you've lost everything. I don't think you'll be able to contribute to our army anymore.
It is true that the Gutenberg Kehille cannot pay for the army now, but others might. Be'ezras Hashem. Especially when they get word of what happened here.
Я слышал, ты прогнал кузнеца Мартина из города.
Sarah told me you drove Martin the blacksmith.
Так это ее отец.
Why would you do that?
I had my reasons.
But if you hadn't done it, he might still be alive.
Perhaps.
А ты бы не вырос таким, какой есть.
But what about you? If he had not raised you, would you be here today helping us?
No. Probably not. Who knows what my mother would have done without him? God be with you, Rabbi.
Sei gesinnt, and please watch over Samuel.
Да, сегодняшние события поразили. Человек 20 всего вылезло. Ладно, давайте на сегодня на этой оптимистичной ноте заканчивать. Сегодня было интересное события произошли в игре. Кровавые, конечно, грустные, печальные, но интересные. Вот. Ладно, завтра отправимся к 4 места. Там уже все узнаем, что нас ждет дальше. Хотелось сегодня попробовать убить Сигизмунда, но я знал про нож, как же говорю, но я почему-то его не нашел. Я знал, что он есть, но я как бы не спойлерил там точное место. Типа не готовился к этому, чтобы это прям провернуть. Думал, ну найду, сделаю, попробую ради прикола. Но там, видишь, там, по-моему, нельзя было сохраняться во время этого. Так что пришлось бы вот это вот все проворачивать с самого начала. Ходить опять проливать напитки там. Что у вас тут происходит? Ладно, спасибо, что смотрели. Всем хорошего, всем лучшего из наилучшего. Не болейте. Хорошей погоды вам и немножечко удачки. Еще раз. Бузя. Ты решила стать знаменитой кошкой? Бузя. Ладно, всем пока и удачи.